What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. We are jumping right into our 2.5RS again. So we're actually taking a break from bodywork in this video, which I am actually excited for. Granted, we're not doing anything crazy exciting. It's exciting to me because it's not gonna involve a whole lot. There will be a little bit of sanding, but not a whole lot of sanding. So in that box behind me on the floor is a brand new aftermarket carpet for the 2.5RS. Now, aftermarket carpets have a tendency to fit either well or not well. It can really only go one of two ways. Now with that carpet, I did opt to get the more premium version of it. So I think the fibers in it are a better quality, and from all the reviews I saw, the mold of these carpets seems to be pretty well. But here's the thing with these carpets is they do not come pre-trimmed. So we have to trim and cut this carpet to fit into our car. Now, once we get that carpet in, I also want to jump into getting a whole lot of the interior panels installed, any last little wiring bits sorted and taken care of to really clean up the interior of the Subaru, to get it really, honestly, just as far as we can, because I'm taking a break from bodywork for a day. So we're gonna do interior. So let's get that carpet opened up. Let's start getting it test fit. I'm gonna pull up some pictures of some 2.5RS coupe carpets and figure out where we gotta cut this thing, because right now I'm not 100% certain. I opted for black, but it looks kind of gray. That looks weird. That smells weird. This does not look black. I mean, that's our carpet, it's whatever. But I opted for black. I don't know why. I want to check my order, man. I ordered black and this does not look black. I did 93 to 97, mine's a 98. Subaru Impreza, 2-door, passenger area, LT, charcoal Essex. Okay, I guess this is charcoal. Mass backing. I mean, technically, I guess it's charcoal. I guess this is the color I ordered. I don't think this will look bad. Maybe it will, and I'm just coping. The thing with that carpet is it doesn't come with the clasps to hold it down. So I did go to pick and pull, found some clasps off of another old Impreza that we can use for this, just to keep the carpet secure. Trying to like form this in the way for how it'll fit in the car. Because there's our trans tunnel. These are the rear seats, because I have a picture pulled up of a 2.5RS one. And just to get some of the basic cuts, because like here's the trans tunnel. This gets cut out pretty far down it. So let me kind of reference these pictures, get these cut a little bit, and then we can go in and test fit and start figuring this out. This stuff's like, it's thick. I like the scissors because you get more control over them, but it's a lot. Maybe I can use this if I'm like gentle. I guess let's go do our first test fit. I'm assuming it's gonna be back and forth quite a few times to get this somewhat where we need it. It's just heavy and awkward. I assume it's like right there. Like way up here. I was trying to figure out why the carpet wouldn't fit somewhat properly on the edges, right? And I forgot there's these plastic pieces that go here. Now, like I said, I did go to the junkyard and I grabbed the pieces that clip the carpet to those. So before I trim anything else or I form anything else, what I want to do is get a heat gun and try to, shape this to where it should be, because it is rubber on the backside, so it should be able to form, obviously on low heat, because you can singe the carpet pretty easy doing this. But the little plastic clips I'm talking about are these guys. So these will just staple to the carpet. They've got a little ledge right here that will grab onto the clips on those pieces that I just showed you guys. So we're gonna take this nice and slow with a heat gun, and we're just gonna start molding the carpet to the form it needs to be. We're probably not gonna take it back out. We're probably gonna leave it in at this point and just trim it in car. So let me grab the heat gun and let's start trying to form this carpet a little bit more. I like to think I'm a pretty understanding dude when it comes to some stuff, all right? But this carpet is so unacceptable. I can't. Dude, I had to leave last night. I was getting so irritated with this, trying to get it to fit. It's not gonna happen. I spent hours trying to get dude, it looks like ass. The color looks green. I don't know why I was trying to like talk myself into keeping this thing, but aside from just the color not being the correct color that I wanted, as soon as you step in the car, it pulls all the carpet out. And even trimming it down, like that's trimmed down damn near exactly how a factory carpet would be. The mold of the carpet is not well at all. Like it continues. I've tried using heat guns. I've tried heating it up, remolding it with weights. No matter what I do, the mold of the carpet just is not well. It bunches up in spots where it really shouldn't bunch up. And to be honest, it looks like, and I don't mean this to sound derogatory in any way, but it looks like when somebody who was obese or had a ton of excess weight loses all that weight and they get all that extra skin. That's what this reminds me of, dude. It's like this doesn't go anywhere. So this is gonna, I'm just throwing this away. This was a waste of money, time, and effort. And if you're gonna sell a carpet to somebody and you're gonna advertise it fits when it doesn't, don't. Just stop. Advertise that it might fit. It could fit. It might not fit. Don't expect OEM or even close to OEM results. I spent like 450 bucks on this thing for it to just look like ass, and I knew that there was a percentage of it going into this. So we're gonna do the next best thing. You cannot buy OEM carpet for coupes anymore. You just can't. They're discontinued. I posted up on a couple forums. There was one dude who had a brand new in-bag one in Australia, which is way out of, I'm not buying a carpet from Australia, shipping it here. It's gonna be so expensive. So we're doing the next best thing. That's gonna go in the trash. And I went out last night and I bought a pretty mint 2007 STI blue carpet, which I guess this fits the theme of the car a bit better since we're STI swapping everything and it's World Rally Blue and all the good stuff to have a blue carpet in the car. So we're gonna rip all this out. That's gonna go up there and go in the trash on the way out of the shop today. And we're gonna fit this one. Now there is gonna be some stuff that we do have to mess with when fitting this because this is a coupe and not a sedan. We do have to kind of patch up where the B pillars would go. We're gonna have to make the holes a little bit bigger where the HVAC ducts come out. A couple other small things, but this really doesn't look too bad to fit in the car. This is up there for some of the worst purchases I think I've made. Where is my 12 mil? Sings inside my soul. Take out this poopy carpet. Here's my question for you guys, since we are going the whole STI carpet route and everything, should we go the extra mile and do STI back seats? STI back seats, yay or nay? How say thee? Yay or nay? Get on thy horses, we ride at dawn. We ride at dawn, everybody. Get on your horses. We are gonna kidnap some of the foam on the bottom of this though. So you know what? If I paid for it, I'm throwing it away, I'm keeping some of it. Get out! Out! So, honestly, it already fits better. Not even meant for this car, and it already fits better. Let me go ahead and start getting this situated, clipped into the spots that it can be clipped into. If I gotta drill some more holes, I'll get those holes drilled out and we can start getting this carpet set. Once this is set, I'll kind of show you the little stuff that I'm gonna do to get it to fit a little bit better in this chassis. Here is kind of what we're looking at right now, and honestly, way happier with the GD carpet than I am that one. Honestly, I mean, a 2.5RS carpet for a coupe would obviously be ideal, but on this side, As you guys can see, the carpet tucks under and fits perfectly in here. I have all the factory retaining clips holding it all in. Right here is where a lot of people question these carpets, because obviously this carpet is meant for a sedan. So this is actually where the seatbelt would go. Now what I did is I cut this out. I tried using some adhesive and it's just not holding up nicely. So Melanie's gonna come over, and I cut a patch panel out that fits in here pretty perfect. She's gonna come over and just sew the patch panel to the carpet, so that way it's all, you won't be able to notice it really once it's in there. And I've kind of built up the floor with a little bit of foam in the back seat, so I can pull this all the way to the edge here so it stays underneath of the trim piece, which is obviously ideal. Now, in order to get the carpet to fit a bit better, in this section here, there's a molded piece of this like white foamy stuff, and I ripped all of that out. It is quite a pain, and the carpet is a little saggy just in this corner, but it's really not a big deal because now I can actually use this clip and clip it into that spot down there, so it'll actually keep the carpet there. Right here, I'm gonna kind of have to stretch it up in here to get it to clip in and stay in, but it fits drastically better. All of the holes for the seats and everything all already line up nicely, so it's not a bad option. But, and I caveat this with a but, it's definitely not a drop-in carpet that you can usually just drop in and make fit nicely. It'll fit, but you're gonna have gaps in some spots and some other areas. So if you take the extra time, you can get it to fit pretty well. So I am going to jump to starting to kind of get some of the interior rear panels back in and whatnot, because those can go in now. Once Melanie gets here, she's gonna stitch up the carpet, and then we'll wrap up the carpet portion, and then we can mock up the dash in there. The dash is gonna go in temporarily because I'm waiting for the airbag delete, because I found a left-hand drive cubby which replaces the entire airbag here with like an extra glove box, which obviously if I can have that, boy wants that. This would go you in, get you in, get you in. What in the hell's going on? The seat can slide back here. That should be a pretty snug fit now, which it is. Looks beautiful. I just wanted to make sure that it would hide the whole carpet. It totally does. I went ahead and I tossed the dash in as just a temporary thing, get it out of the way. Melanie is being a trooper and sewing up that portion of the carpet down there. She adds these like wax panel backing things that she just used a heat gun on.
It's just denim patches just to hold it in place while we sew it.
I don't think that looks bad compared to what it was before, because most people just leave that hole there. So, I mean, obviously I don't know how long the sew job is going to hold up. It's not really a high traffic area. It's not like we're going to have a lot of people getting in and out of the back seat in this car. It's probably just going to be, for the most part, me and Melanie in here. But she went ahead and she put on like these denim patch panels down there, and then we cut out a piece of the carpet from under the seat where you don't see it, and then she's sewing the pieces together so that way I don't think it's not going to be seamless, but for a fix for a car where there's supposed to be a seatbelt and there's not a seatbelt, I think that this is the best solution for this. So I am working on getting some more parts out from the just massive pile down there, getting them back on the car. The puppos are using the old carpet as their little temporary bed thing, which seems like Mochi has taken to rather nicely. Here I've got the, I guess it's called a scuttle panel, or it's the windshield trim, and you guys can see it's kind of aged, it's kind of weathered. These are, A, they're hard to come by, B, they're expensive, C, I already have one, so there's no point spending money on another one. And I've got this Cerakote trim restorer stuff, and it works pretty well on this stuff. And I've also got the RCM scuttle panel replacement weather stripping that goes on this piece also, and it also gives you all the new clips for it too, so that can actually go back on the car as well. There's not really any reason this needs to stay off right now, so let's hit this with some of the Cerakote trim restorer. This stuff smells pretty bad. I've got the door cracked so that way most of the smell goes out there. We'll let it sit for probably like 30 minutes, and then we can get the new piece installed on there and get this back on the car. Cowl came out awesome. So hit this with some of the Cerakote trim restoration, brand new seal from RCM. If you're looking for one of these, you can snag them at Flatirons. Our discount code will actually work on RCM stuff. So if you need one, grab one. I also went ahead and tossed the back seats in. I got those vacuumed off. It's not, obviously the stuff is gonna have to come out again, but getting it in the car, A, frees up more space in the back of the shop, but B, it also shows me if I'm missing anything. Hardware, trim pieces, bolts, that kind of stuff. Like I know I'm missing the entire panel that goes up here. It just deteriorated. I mean, there's the piece of cloth that used to be on it. I need speaker brackets, some other small stuff. So getting this stuff in just kind of shows me what I still need to find for the car. The rear portion of the carpet that Melanie stitched is on it. You can't tell unless you look for it. So to be honest, that I'm actually super happy with how that's come out. Robbed a piece of the blue carpet that's up and under this seat here, and you can definitely, I mean, you can see it if you're looking for it, but having that patch there is way better than having a gaping hole like there would be on that side for where the seatbelt would have gone in a GD. So I'm super happy with that. This carpet looks actually surprisingly very good in this car. So we are gonna shampoo all of this. I had to buy some more shampoo solution. I bought some on Amazon, so I'm not gonna have it today or tomorrow, but whatever, we'll do it later in the future. The carpet shouldn't have to come out again. We may have to lift up the edges of it to run some wires underneath of the trim pieces here, but like, dude, that looks great. That looks so much better than that poopy green carpet I was gonna put in. Both of these lower vents that come out, you do need to open up the outermost one just a little bit to get it to fit perfect. That side I didn't have to do anything to. Same thing on that side, I did have to trim it just a hair. Obviously, as you guys saw, Melanie came through and patched these areas up where the seatbelt would come through. There is a hole back here for the 2.5RS seatbelt that we are gonna have to put a hole in later once we get our seat situation figured out. I just don't wanna do that quite yet. Obviously, transfer the clips over from your RS carpet over to the STI one to be able to clip them in. Like I said, I went through the trouble and I removed the formed pieces of these corners to get this carpet to sit in there a little bit better, and I'm happy with that decision. I think it tucks back into the panels a little bit better. Up there for the trunk release, we are going to, I'm waiting on my bracket to be powder coated, but the trunk release is gonna have to be pushed forward just a little bit. We can just put a hole in the chassis and do it that way to make life easier. But outside of that, the holes for the seats line up, all the holes for everything else line up. So I mean, it's a really easy and cost-effective solution. You could probably get away with, if you wanted a black carpet, you could probably use a WRX one also. I've been going back and forth on what I want to do with the dash. I don't know if I want to flock it, leave it as is, or if I want to ball out and get that thing wrapped in Alcantara. Obviously flocking is the more cost-effective choice, and I think flocking does look good. What do you guys think? Should we flock it, leave it alone, or be bougie? I don't know if I want to be bougie on that thing though. That's where we're going to be stopping today, you guys. I feel like this is really solid forward progress. Now that we have the carpet in, the seats in and whatnot, we can actually start getting some of this stuff fitted in here permanently, because the biggest holdup obviously was the carpet. You can't put the interior in without having a carpet in here. It's supposed to be ungodly cold in the coming week, so what I think we may do is jump over to our DCCD controller. We are going to be using the MAP DCCD. I've become quite fond of them, mainly because you can tune your DCCD, so it's kind of nice. The wiring is literally a bundle of wires, so we are gonna have to pin everything out, but I don't think it'll be that bad. For the most part, I believe we can get the majority of it in there. While we're doing wiring, we'll run the wires for the throttle pedal, the fuel pumps, and any other wires, probably the CAN wire from the R5 or R3 over to the dash for our IC7 display too, but I'm pumped, man. This thing's looking good. With that, that's all I got for you guys on this one. If you guys do have any questions about this STI carpet stuff, feel free, ask me down below. I'll try my best to answer them. But with that, that's all I got for you guys. So if you like the video and you know what, and actually no! If you're hyped with the STI carpet, if you're hyped with how the car's coming out, or you just like the video, go and hit that like button. Turn it black, blue, green, yellow, purple, silver, cyan, whatever color it turns for you. The color of the day is obviously blue. It's always gonna be blue with this car. And if you're not subscribed already and you want to be, I'll put it in one of these corners. No idea which one quite yet, but with that, I will catch you guys in the next one. So peace out, homies.